saw Puupehe, he fell in love with her, and in his eyes went glazed. So they say that their love was greater than a number of stars in the heavens. Anybody have that kind of love?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, buddy.
Very good.
Yes.
What about the rest of you? Working on it? So, they lived here at the bottom of the sea cliff here at a sea cave called Malauea. And it is here that Puupehe would prepare their meals. So they would fish along these south shorelines of Lana'i, and then they would head up to the west side of the island, where the cliffs are 1,000 feet straight out of the ocean. And then here at Malauea, they would have their meals. When they needed fresh water, they would take their huawai, their gourds, and then they would walk up to Lana'i, which is our highest mountain on the island of Lana'i, and then gather the fresh water there, and then also gather some of the endemic berries of akala and ohelo that grow at the higher elevations. And then they would come back here. So on one day, Makakihau decides that he will go to Lana'i and get the fresh water, and he leaves Puupehe here at the cave. When he is nearing the summit of Lana'i, the winds become what we call kona winds. Okay? Anyone familiar with the term kona winds? Good for the captain.
From the south.
So perhaps you should know the term kona winds. In the Hawaiian Islands, our trade winds blow from the northeast and blow across the Hawaiian Islands to the southwest. This is the cool breeze we always have. On kona winds, they come from the opposite direction. So they will blow from the southwest to the northeast. But when the kona winds are blowing, they also bring the surging seas into the Hawaiian Islands. And so the seas will be very rough. And then they bring the stormy conditions. So you can expect that there would be heavy torrential rains that come with the kona wind. So when we hear the term kona winds, we prepare. Trying to batten down things, the wind's coming, make sure things on the shoreline are picked up and put away. Okay? So we prepare. Well, when Makakihau is near the summit and becomes kona winds, he decides that he should come back here because the winds are coming. When he gets here to the cave at Malauea, the surging seas had already arrived. And Puupehe, unable to get out of the cave at Malauea, was trapped and killed. So he's standing on the edge of the cliff there looking down, and there he sees her body being tossed in a surge below, and he decides not to let the ocean claim her. He dives into the ocean, and he retrieves her. The people that live here at Manele hear of Puupehe's passing, and so they are going to prepare for her burial in the Puupapo, the sand dunes here at Manele. Makakihau asked if they could be left one more night alone, and they grant him his wish. On the following morning, as they're preparing for Puupehe's burial, they look for him, and they cannot find him. And then when they look at the island there behind me, at the very top of it, they see him stacking the stones for the tomb of Puupehe that he had put together. And then there you see the flat platform in the middle of the island with the upright stone. That is the tomb of Puupehe. And when he had completed putting her burial tomb together, he stands there and he begins to uwe. He begins to call and cry out, "Puupehe, where have you gone?" Together we fished all along the shorelines of Lana'i. We've climbed to the highest mountain, Lana'i, and gathered the fresh water of the land and also the fresh fruits of the land. We prepared it here at Malauea for us. So where you have gone, I too want to be, he says. And the people standing along the edge of the cliffs on the land side are watching him as he now plummets to his own death. And then they will bury Makakihau in the sand dunes of Lana'i. The mystery of this story has always been how Makakihau was able to lift Puupehe to the top of this island, because it moves outward on all sides. The Hawaiian people believe it is that mana, the family spirit, that lifts them to the top of the island so that he can bury her there. So, I always like to make sure that in these stories and story places that are handed down traditionally, mostly oral, that are repeated